back to Shan's Adventures. I hope you're having an amazing day, and it is so lovely weather. I hope you're all enjoying the hot weather right now, wherever you may be, or whatever weather you have where you are. So let's just jump straight into the video. So in today's video, we'll be talking about the rehoming of young giant African land snails, what you will need to rehome your giant African land snail. Sorry about that. But yeah, like everything you'll need, the packaging, everything. And some little fun facts at the end as well. So young giant African land snails, if you want to rehome, have to be about 2 centimeters and 1 inch in shell size before rehoming. If you're rehoming a big snail, this doesn't really apply, but you can actually listen to the bit of where the packaging bits, if you would like, if this is your first time rehoming. So they should be happily eating, pooing, growing before you rehome them, and you should not rehome any runts, as this is bad genetics for the snails. Within many EU countries, it is possible to post snails. Many giant African land snails will ship to most countries where there are no custom restrictions. Also, when finding a new home for your giant African land snail, please make sure to tell the person you're rehoming to the necessary information, which is the breed of giant African land snail they are, the hatch date, whether they are a month old, a year old, 2 years old, 3 years old. Just make sure you tell them that. The temperature and humidity, the food you've been typically giving them, and the calcium source you have been providing. Like I said in my last video, I personally use cuttlefish, as I find this is a much more better source of calcium than calcium powder. You can also use eggshells, which I have also done that, and just put it into a little bowl on the side and they go to it if they want. But I find cuttlefish is much more better, obviously the right way up as well. So it's a bit where you can easily just dig your fingernail into, or just it's just at the kind of softer side. If you do decide to ship your snails, you have to make sure you follow the packaging instructions to give the giant African land snails the best chance of survival through the post. Which will obviously you'll need a plastic box. This can be either a takeaway box, a Tupperware box, anything with a secure lid. You can get these from Poundland. I've got these little round pots from Poundland with a lid, and I just poke holes in them, and then I obviously sellotape them with the snail in them and just kind of post them like that. Cardboard box bigger than the plastic box you are using. Core, so a bit like cocoa core, like your soil. You can take this out from the giant African land snail's tank, or you can basically have new soil put in there. The way I do it is I put the soil in, some food, my giant African land snail, whichever one I'm selling, and then I close the box. Oh no, I missed a step. You put moss on top of your snail, so means it doesn't get damaged, and then you close the box, and then you sellotape it, not on the air holes, but you do sellotape it, so means the lid is fully secure. Instrument to make holes within the box. So within the bigger box that you're putting your snail into for travel, just poke some holes in it in the sides. Also, I would say just please don't forget about the packaging to go inside the bigger box to probably feel out the packaging. So just put your snail in the middle and then just put loads of like bubble tissue, bubble wrap, newspaper that all scrunched up around your giant African land snail, so it means it stays secure through the post. You can, as it says here, you can also put food in heat pad. That's completely your choice. Also, I would say once you've closed the cardboard box up, ready for packaging, write the address on a piece of paper. If you've got a printer that does that, then just put that on top, or you can write the address. And then also make sure to put fragile tape and live animal tape, as then the people who are shipping it to the new owner will know, okay, this is a live animal. So off of the packaging, obviously later on I will show you what I mean by the packaging. I'll do a separate video on that. So a few fun facts about giant African land snails. They're one of the world's most invasive species. They are threatening native plants around the world. They are banned in some countries, like I said in my last video. They can be as large as a adult man's fist, which is quite big. They can also go bigger, but normally giant African land snails are quite small. They don't go huge, but they can. They need a steady supply of calcium. Like I said, I use cuttlefish, which is obviously their calcium, which is what builds their shell up and allows them to grow. Also, a little fun fact, a single snail can lay around 1,200 eggs a year. And their main prey is leaves, fruit, vegetables and flowers. They're the biggest species on land. So obviously you've got snails in the sea, which are quite big, pardon me, quite big. But then on land, they are that's why they're called the giant African land snail, because they're the world's biggest on land. They tend to like a humid forest areas, so in your tank try and make it like a forest. I tend to put foliage, quite a lot of it, in my tanks. This means they've got places they can go and hide, and it's just so much fun to just see them just roaming around their tanks. The predators for these in the wild would be wild cats, birds and humans. Humans, they pluck them and kind of eat them, and personally I can't even sit there watching while somebody eats a giant African land snail. It just makes me want to be sick. But some people do like watch them, like they watch them eat them kind of thing. It's disgusting. Some more facts though is one of the problems with like an infestation of snails is that they can carry parasites that cause infections or serious diseases, such as meningitis, or there is another one that I cannot pronounce, but and yeah, it's written right here in front of me. I cannot pronounce it for my life. So we're just gonna, if you want to know what the other one is, just type up what parasites they carry and it will kind of just come up. Also, in the 1960s, Florida spent $1 million and 10 years to eradicate like the giant African land snail, but it was reintroduced in the 2011 and 2021. So new eradication programs are working to prevent crop loss. So basically they're working on how to kill the giant African land snail, which I thought was kind of an incredible fact, but sad at the exact same time that trying to eradicate them. The giant African land snail never stops growing, as I said in my last one as well. They are completely fun pets to have. Definitely if you've got young kids. Young children are quite fascinated with what I've seen with giant African land snails. They're so easy to take care of. All I would say is that if you're holding your giant African land snail, unless you feel physically comfortable with holding it with just your bare hands, I would say wear some gloves. I would definitely say if you're changing them out, wear some gloves, as dirt can get stuck underneath your fingernails and stuff like that, and it just takes forever to get the dirt out underneath your fingernails. So I would always have a box of gloves next to you. Also, when you are cleaning out your giant African land snail, do not use any disinfectant. You're only allowed to use warm water, as disinfectant sprays and stuff like that, even washing up liquid on your giant African land snail stuff can be a problem. It can kill them. So I would avoid that at all costs as well. I'm going to end the video here. And yeah, so that's all about the giant African land snail. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. And I'll see you in the next one.